Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Learn and Success. I'm Jenifa. Today, we are going to talk about one of the biggest problems in language learning translating in your head. Many learners tell me, Jenifa, I always translate. First, I think in my language. Then I try to change the words into English. It is slow. It is stressful. I forget words. Maybe you feel the same. Maybe you want to stop translating, but you don't know how. In this episode, I want to share something very special, new ideas, and simple techniques to help you start thinking in English from today. Let's begin. Okay, let's first understand why translation is a big problem. Scientists who study the brain say that we have two systems of thinking. One system is fast and automatic. It works quickly and without effort. The other system is slow and careful. It checks everything step by step, but it takes more time. When you translate in your head, you are using the slow system. First, you think in your own language. Then, you try to change it into English. This takes extra time. It creates pauses. It makes speaking feel heavy, difficult, and stressful. But when you think directly in English, you use the fast system. It doesn't stop to check every word. It doesn't move between languages. It simply speaks. It feels quick, natural, and easy. Imagine this. You are sitting in a cafe. The waiter comes and asks, "What would you like to drink?" If you translate, first you understand the question. Then, you think of the answer in your language. Then, you try to convert it into English. By that time, the waiter is waiting. You feel nervous. You may even forget a word, but if you think directly in English, you just say, "A coffee, please." Simple, fast, natural, no stress. So remember, translation makes you slow. Thinking in English makes you fast. Translation makes you nervous. Thinking in English makes you confident. Now you may be thinking, how can I stop using my own language first? The answer is simple. It's not one big action. It's small, daily moments. Research shows that practicing many short times is better than one long session. It's like drinking water. You don't drink everything at once. You drink many times during the day. Language learning works the same way. So how do we use these small moments? Very simple. When you open the fridge, don't just open it. Say, "I am opening the fridge." When you tie your shoes, say, "I am tying my shoes." When you wash your hands, say, "I am washing my hands." When you look out the window, say, "I am looking out the window." These are short sentences. We call them micro moments. A micro moment is a very small time when you use English. Maybe just one sentence, maybe just a few seconds. But it trains your brain. At first, it may feel slow. I am opening the fridge. But after many repetitions, it becomes fast. I'm opening the fridge. No translation, no delay, just English. The magic is not in one big practice. The magic is in many small moments every day. Each small sentence builds a new connection in your brain. And one day, without even noticing, English will come naturally. Now, many learners say, "Jenifa, I don't live in an English-speaking country. What can I do?" That's a great question. Of course, living in an English environment helps. But not everyone can travel abroad. So here's the solution: create English islands in your day. An island is a small piece of land surrounded by water. In the same way, your day may be full of your own language, but you can create small spaces where only English exists. For example, create a 10-minute English island during breakfast. Look at your food and say, "This is bread. The bread is fresh. I am drinking tea. The tea is hot. I like butter. The butter is soft." Everything is simple, but everything is in English. Later, you can create another island, maybe 15 minutes of English music or a podcast. During that time, only English. Start small. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that's enough. Slowly increase the time. 1 island becomes 2. 2 becomes 3. The more English islands you create, the less you will translate. Remember, you don't need to live in London or New York. You can build your own English world step by step. Now here's another powerful idea: use pictures, not translation. When you learn a new word, don't connect it to your language. Connect it to an image. For example, the word apple. Don't think of the translation. Instead, imagine a red apple in your hand. Imagine its taste, smell, and sound when you bite it. Now your brain connects English directly to a picture, not to your native language. This is how children learn. They see, hear, and connect directly. Another powerful technique is self-talk. Self-talk means talking to yourself. You can say, "I am walking to the bus. I need my keys. Well done. I finished my work." You become your own English partner, your own teacher. It's free, private, and very effective. Now let me give you a simple 1-week plan. Morning. Create a short English island during breakfast. Daytime, use micro moments, 1 sentence for each action. Evening, watch a short English video. Focus on feelings, not just words. Before bed, use self-talk. Describe your day in English. This plan is simple, not long, not difficult, but if you follow it daily, you will see a change. Your brain will start connecting English with real life, not translation. So, my friends, remember this. Translating is normal in the beginning, but it is not the final step. You can go beyond it. The more you connect English with actions, pictures, and feelings, the faster you will think in English. The more you practice, the more automatic it becomes. Thank you so much for watching Learn and Success. I'm Jenifa. Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.